Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, alongside here during a high school game day, and pleased to be joined now, making, I believe, his first appearance on the Missouri Sports Network, Mount View Liberty head football coach, Jansen Acklin. Coach Acklin, thanks so much for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Now, and we talked a little bit off the air. I think I've interviewed the other three of the
Yes.
Acklins, including your dad, Jarris, and Jalen. I actually interviewed Jalen when he was in the CFL. He was in Canada. Did the interview from a hotel room, but it's good to finally get to visit with you, and congratulations on a tremendous season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
First off, let's take us back to last week, 10-1, going into a Lamar team and a team and the entire community of Mount View Liberty is very familiar with. Tell us a little bit about heading into that game and the emotions going into that game.
Yeah, it was, definitely kind of hard to hide from the past of Liberty and Lamar, but we really tried to preach to our kids at this point. That's in the past. We can't worry about that and just worry about, this is the first time we could possibly get past the quarterfinal week. It doesn't matter what team it is necessarily. We just try to focus on, getting our game plan ready and focusing on playing the best football Liberty football has played up to this point. So, and our kids just did a great job buying into that. They didn't really listen to the noise outside of our locker room, and just really proud of the way our guys responded to that.
And a tremendous defensive effort. Holding Lamar to I believe
Yes.
7 points. Tell us about that and that defensive effort and who kind of stood out there.
Our defense has been solid for us all year. We knew coming into the season, returning 9 of our guys from last year when we had a really good defensive effort overall, we were going to kind of lean on them. They were going to be our strong point this season. And, Lamar has a ton of talent. They run a great system there. So we just really tried to, work hard, game plan, watch film with all of our guys. And, they just did their job to the best of their ability, did everything we asked them to do. And, Reed Toon is a returning all-stater at linebacker for us. And, I mean, he played an outstanding game. He was our guy that, made all of our calls, all of our adjustments for us. And then around him, we have a bunch of, great dudes up front. Matt Bushong, Hayden Oziah, Paxton Hunter, Jaron Rutledge. I mean, all those guys, Preston Smothers, they all came up with big plays for us. And then our D-backs came up. They played aggressive in the run game. We really wanted to be, taken away. They have a lot of speed, so we were trying to take away the edge. And our D-backs, Kyle Roberts, Jasper Melby, Parker Toon, Eddie Rodriguez, they all came up, made big plays for us. So, it's a full defensive effort to be able to stop a great team like that to 7 points.
Were there any adjustments that had to be made at halftime, or did you have to make any adjustments at halftime? Obviously, you're playing well.
Yes, we did make a couple. I mean, they did have a couple big runs on us early, and it was just a couple of things on the edge that we had to adjust. But another thing I got to give credit to is, the assistant coaches did a phenomenal job. Coach Gastineau, Reagan Gastineau is our defensive coordinator. Coach Pruitt, Coach Jarris, Coach Holland, all those guys worked tirelessly to get a game plan together. So they did a great job.
how many of your assistant coaches grew up in that atmosphere, played there?
What's pretty cool about that is every coach we have on staff, high school and middle school, played, all 4 years and grew up here. I mean, everybody we have is all in on Liberty football and has been their whole life. So it's pretty cool family we got going on.
As you're mentioning those names. I've been doing this 19 years, and I'm thinking I recognize that name. I recognize that name.
Yeah.
So that's got to be tremendous there for that community as well.
Oh yes, sir. It's awesome.
Coach, tell us a little bit. You've got, well, let's talk a little bit first. I talked about the adjustments made at halftime, but you made some adjustments during the season Following that
Hmm.
week 6 loss at Mountain Grove, you changed quarterbacks. Tell us what went through your mind there.
Yeah, that was a tough decision, obviously, with him being a freshman, Graham being a freshman, but our offense just wasn't clicking. It just wasn't as efficient. We weren't executing the way that we wanted to, especially up to that point being week 6. And it's something we had talked about, earlier on the season, but we wanted to wait and see how things played out. So, I think whenever a loss happens like that, whenever you have a talented team that you're better than what you just put on the field, it's time to, if you have something you've been keeping in your pocket, it's time to see how it goes. And that was the week to do it. And our freshman quarterback Graham stepped in, and I mean he's done way more than what I even imagined doing with him this year. So all credit to him, and just being a very coachable kid and just buying into everything as a freshman. And all of our older guys, some people might say, they don't really like whenever you bring in a young guy whenever you've had all this going on. But our seniors, our juniors have welcomed him with open arms, took care of him. So this bond that we have in our locker room is pretty special, and I think that speaks volumes to it. Having a freshman step in the way that he has.
Well, yeah, I mean, this kid's 2 years away from getting into concerts free with an adult, or
Yeah.
probably still getting carded at the ice cream shop. What academically? What? I mean, is he just a very intelligent? Football. I mean, I know he's intelligent, but
Yeah,
is he just football smart?
he is. I mean, he's an exceptional kid all around. He studies the game. He watches football all day Saturday, all day Sunday. He knows. I mean, he's just a guy that's all in on football. He's. I think he's going to be a big timer for us.
Who's the first person you heard from after you won that game? Outside of the folks that were there, I mean, who were you getting texts from or calls from?
From the Lamar game,
Yes, sir.
um, a lot of my old teammates in high school, they're saying, we finally did it. We finally got him. All that kind of stuff, and then some of my teammates from college as well, and then just coaches, friends, just everybody saying they're really proud of what we were able to accomplish. So it was pretty awesome.
Now you've got Blair Oaks, 12 and
Hmm.
0, defending Class 3 state champion. What do you know about Ted LePage and that Blair Oaks team?
Oh, they're a well-oiled machine like they always are. They got a lot of speed, a lot of talent, just very disciplined. Very fundamental. So very well ran program, obviously. So we know we have our work cut out for us, but we're confident that our physicality up front can do a great job. And we just got to be accountable on defense. We talk about doing your job every single play, trusting your brother to do his. So we're going to lean on a great defensive effort and see what we can get going offensively.
2 weeks ago they played Centralia. That was 19-8. Do you
Hmm.
take anything out of that film and maybe talk to Centralia, or just look at that film and see what they did to hold them just to 19 points?
Yeah, for sure. We've been studying that one quite a bit, just because I mean they're a team that I think they average around 45 to 50 points. So a great effort like that from Centralia is definitely something to study and take a couple things from. So yeah, we've been looking at that, and hopefully a couple things that we got from that film can pay off for us.
Now the weather, showers, and I think maybe mid 40s. Is that going to play into your favor?
We think so. You never know till the show's out there on the field, but with the element of playing on grass that's wet, possibly snowy, we're hoping that can definitely play to our favor.
What are the plans between let's say it's Thanksgiving Day? What how do you celebrate that? I've been talking with coaches all morning about what they're doing. If their coaches, their families are bringing meals to the to the practice facility and,
Hmm.
and things of that nature. But it's got to feel good to practice on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome. Some kids say yeah, I got a Thanksgiving here, a Thanksgiving there. And, you kind of feel bad whenever people have to work around the schedule, but it's also a pretty good problem to have. It's a pretty special time for us to be here because you hear about all these other teams that are practicing over Thanksgiving, and you're just always like, man, it'd be awesome if we could ever get to that point, just because this is pretty uncommon to have this opportunity. So yeah, we've just tried to do our best as far as giving them time and telling them obviously it's very important to us that you guys spend time with your family and enjoy all that time together, but make sure whenever we're here, we're locked in and we're ready to play our best football on Saturday.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, Coach, obviously it's Thanksgiving weekend. What are just 2 or 3 things maybe that you're going to be able to reflect on and be thankful for?
I think the first thing that come to mind is obviously my family, my wife. I got 2 boys, and during football season, I'm probably at the field house studying film, or with these boys studying film, or working out, just whatever it may be. I'm probably with them a little bit more than what she would like me to be. So definitely thankful for her being willing to let me just follow my passion, my love for Liberty football, and then just the rest of my family, always supporting the community, always supporting, and obviously the coaching staff. I mean, we work our butts off to just try and be the best version that we can make this football program. And then, most importantly, the kids, all their buy-in. I mean, it's a year-round thing for us. Like I said, we just want to make this thing the best we possibly can, and it takes everybody. So just thankful for everybody involved in Liberty football, and, appreciate everything they do for us.
All right, Coach. Well, okay, let's say I'm following you through the buffet line. What are you saving room on your plate for? What is your go-to side dish at Thanksgiving?
Go-to side dish probably has to be mashed potatoes and brown gravy. Definitely not a white gravy guy, but the mashed potatoes and brown gravy, I'll get like 3 helpings of that probably.
All right.
That's my go-to.
Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate being generous with your time here over the holiday season. Hey, and we've got a rule here at the Missouri Sports Network. In order to become a friend of the show, you have to make 3 appearances. So you have to win Saturday, make an appearance, and then win the championship, make an appearance. You'll be a friend of the show. Is that fair?
Yes, sir. That sounds like a great plan to me.
All right. Coach, hey, God bless. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving and good luck.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Thank you.
Jansen Acklin, head football coach at Mountain View Liberty, back after this.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. The heartbeat's strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle.
That's not funny.
And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important. Like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.